brilliant. Both sides of the story from both sides. Phil Collins. 9:16, Clive Warren here, and it's time to welcome my special guest. Thank you very much for taking time out of your world tour, Mr. Brian May.
Hey, thanks, Clive. That's a very good sounding record, isn't it?
Isn't it brilliant?
Very good. First time I heard that one.
The thing about this album for Phil Collins that impressed me is that he's playing all the instruments.
Yeah, the thing that impressed me was that he did it in almost no time. He obviously knows exactly what he wants and goes for it now, you know.
Yeah, I mean that takes years of experience.
Definitely, yeah. Well, he does. You know, he's if anyone can do it, he can.
When you're in the studio, do you look for... are you a perfectionist?
Yes, I suppose so. Probably too much so in the past. I think I've got a little bit more workmanlike about it recently, just because I realised the need to sort of apportion your time, you know, and if you spend 10 years making an album, you're not going to do anything else with your life, you know, so you have to, at some point, let it go, which is not easy. But yes, I guess we all do look for perfection. Perversion, I thought you were going to say.
I always wondered in the Queen days of who was in charge. Who was in charge?
Well, that was the problem. Nobody was in charge. It was all very democratic, and every move that we made was argued over endlessly. So all those albums took a long time to make and were very painful to make, truthfully. So, I mean... I don't have that same problem now. I can do what I want, which is nice. At the same time, obviously there are moments when I think, oh, you know, I wonder what Fred would have thought, because Fred would have come along and said, hey, there's another way of doing this, you know, and then we would have had an interchange and something would have happened. So you gain something and you lose something, you know. We
had so many people on the phone asking about the material that hasn't yet been released from Queen. Is there a date on when that will come out now?
I think we're planning the Christmas after this one. It'll take a while, you know, as everything does, because we argue over everything, like I said. And I know for a fact that we don't agree on how this should be done. So we're going into it, you know, hoping that... I'm sure we can thrash it out and figure it out.
Is there a lot of material left?
There isn't very much truly new material. There's a couple of tracks, 2 or 3 or 4 tracks, which were done after the Innuendo album, which Freddie has sung, which I think are really, really ace quality. And then after that you have to look at bits that haven't been used and various other things, you know, just to see what we can put around it. I think if it had been left to me, I wouldn't have done that, but we have a sort of majority opinion that that's what we should do, you know. I would rather have just put out the stuff that's genuinely new and leave it at that, you know, but the guys may be right, you know, maybe this is what we should do, maybe that's what people want, you know, a final album as such.
Yeah, and the other thing that a lot of Queen fans have been saying on the phones is that why isn't there a tribute or a monument somewhere to Freddie? What do you think on that?
There will be. In fact, it's just been agreed. A very famous sculptorist, whose name escapes me at the moment, has been commissioned to do a sculpture of Freddie, and it's going to go in the courtyard of Imperial College, where I used to go, you know, where that big tower is now. So that's going to be it. Yes, they said they would like to have it there. And I think that's going to be done in about 6 months.
Brilliant. About time too, because I think that'll be a marvellous touch. I'm going to play one of the Queen songs, and everyone says that the showstopper at Live Aid was Radio Gaga, but I always thought it was this one for me, Hammer to Fall.